chunk of cheese with syrup drizzled over the top gives a sweet, crisp crunch to this cross between French toast and creme brulee. Studio 5 contributor Becky Low is here with the mouth-watering recipe. This creates all sorts of flavors in our mouth.
It does, it does. It's that creamy cheese and that crispy top and the nice gooey, and oh, it is wonderful.
You've used all the best adjectives. Gooey, crisp, it's what we want going on.
Yeah.
A lot for breakfast. I'm not a big breakfast eater, so could I maybe do this for a dessert or even a dinner?
Yes, in fact, it's so pretty, and you can do it individual pieces, so it would make a wonderful dessert. It is rich.
Let's jump in. It is. Show us how.
Okay, so first off, it is a basic French toast, and so I'm using just some French bread with it.
Okay.
Okay, so we've sliced that up to about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch.
So you don't want them too thick because we're stacking this guy.
Correct, correct. Okay, now next is I have butter in the pan. Okay, and to this I want to sprinkle in.
So far, so good. Butter, bread,
sugar,
carbs, sugar, we're good.
You bet. And it's equal amount. And so depending on the size of your pan, you'll put a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of sugar in there.
Okay.
Okay, next we're going to add our bread to it. So we'll place that in, and the sugar does get very hot, so I like to use tongs with this.
Okay.
Just kind of spread that around so that it actually coats.
Get all the
other
goodness
side
over every side.
And the sugar has a tendency to burn, so you also want to leave that on low heat.
Okay.
All right, so here's some. It's done.
Oh, there it is.
Isn't that great?
That's the magic.
Now, you noticed it's not on the one side.
Right.
So next, our custard. Now, the basic custard, it's the eggs, it's the 1/2 and 1/2, a little bit of vanilla, and nutmeg. And let's put some extra nutmeg in there. Yeah, you do that.
Oh, got it.
Okay. Okay, and I'll get this ready to go. So our pan is hot right here.
Ooh,
and again, you know, this is, oh, I just love that. And we're leaving it just on the surface. And the reason for that.
Is that good?
Yep, perfect. That we'll put the bread in, and it sticks right on that surface.
So it's got two personalities. You've got butter and sugar on one side, and then the custard on the other.
Yes,
Becky,
and it soaks in there, it fries up.
Miss Fancy, this looks amazing.
I really like this. And so it is a crispy, and now I'm gonna put one more in there.
Like really? My mouth is legit watering right now. Like I am salivating. This looks so good.
Okay, next is we want the Brie cheese on it. Okay, now Brie is naturally a very soft cheese. And so if you have that cripple cream Brie, then it's gonna melt right on the top. And so just taking a piece and putting it on the top.
I'm gaining weight just looking at this.
If you have it so that it's not quite there, you know, what I've done is I've just simply cut that Brie in half. You can see it right here.
Because you want it melty.
Right, right. So not runny, melty. And so putting it in that pan, and it only takes just a second, and we're putting the rind side down.
I was going to ask you, what do we do with the rind on Brie? I feel like people never know. I never know.
You eat it.
You don't eat it.
You eat it.
Oh, you eat it.
You eat it. Yeah.
You eat it.
Eat the whole thing.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, okay.
Okay, and because we're putting that rind down, it helps to keep that cheese intact.
I shouldn't question you. You've brought sugar and butter and all of the good things to our life today.
And you know, that's what our taste buds like. When you have that combination of the sweet and a little bit of fat with it, it just goes, oh, give me more, give me more, give me more.
But great tip here to melt it down a little bit before you top it
and
off.
you can see that starting to tan, brown.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
It's starting to tan. It's getting a suntan right in our pan.
Tanning.
A tan in our pan. Do you want to write a cookbook?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now the very last thing, and my cheese isn't quite ready, but I'm going to put it over here anyway. Fruit. So you have the fruit and you have that crispy with it. So here's a bowl of fruit. You just simply put some berries on it.
I wasn't starving until right this minute.
Until there you go. And then the last thing that we want to add is some real maple syrup. Now I use the real maple syrup with it. And you know, Brie has always been wonderful to bake, and so it's gooey. And then that fruit with it, and a little bit of honey or the maple syrup. It's just,
It goes with the cheese well?
It does, it does. That's that wonderful pair that just is delicious.
So you brought real maple to the table. Are you knocking Mrs. Butterworth's in this case?
No, I just like the real maple with it. There's a difference with flavor.
Yeah.
It's artificial, and this is natural, and it's a different flavor.
This is delicious. Bon appetit.
Oh,
I feel like that is just justified to say that. Amazing, Becky, and tan in the pan. I'm going to make a bumper sticker out of that one. I'll give you full credit. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Delicious. You want this recipe. We can't wait to dive in here. We're all just dying over the flavors that are at work in our kitchen. Look for the recipe on our website, studio5.ksl.com. Just click there on the recipe tab. Oh my gosh, breakfast is lunch today in the studio, and I am so happy about it.